We now have Android Studio installed, and hopefully you're looking at the same screen as I am. And this is the welcome screen for Android Studio. So there's nothing really here yet, but let's jump right in and let's create a new project. So click Start a New Android Studio Project. And the first thing we see here to select is the application name. So the application name I'm going to type in is Hello Droid. The first program that all programmers must write is Hello World. It's a rite of passage. So we are going to write a little spin on Hello World. And ours is going to be Hello Droid. So write that as the application name. And then for company domain, just write, if you have a website, go ahead, put that in. By default, it should be your name plus, I think, example.com. Fine to leave that too. Of course, once you develop projects you want to put out, it's important to have this be correct, but until then, it's not a big deal. You can stick with the default. And then with this plus this, we've auto-generated this package name. We'll get into packages later, but you don't have to worry right now because it is auto-generated. And then the last part of this page is the project location, which is where this actual project will be saved. The default location is Android Studio Projects. That's where I save mine. If you want something if you want something different, you can go ahead and change it. Just click this over here, and it'll open up a file menu. I'm going to click Next. So here we get to decide what devices we're going to actually develop for. In this course, we're going to be doing phone. So we'll have phone and tablet clicked. You can do TV, you can do Wear, you can do Glass as well. So you can do all Android stuff with Android Studio, which is pretty cool. So we won't be getting into TV and Wear, but feel free to explore those, especially after you've completed this course, if you're interested. All right, the next thing to select is Minimum SDK. You see this drop-down menu here. It's pre-selected API 15 for us. And you can see here it says API 15, Android 4.03, ice cream sandwich. So what's going on here? If you've chosen to develop for Android, you probably already know there are lots of different devices for Android. There are lots of different Android versions out there. So we have to decide which versions we're going to actually support. And this is where we're doing it. So the way it generally works is you support the newest, and then you decide how far back you're going to go. And to help us decide that, we have a little message here, which says that by targeting API 15 and later, your app will run on approximately 87.9% of the devices that are active on the Google Play Store. So that means 87.9% of all devices that sort of download apps have API 15 and greater. If you wanted to get 100%, you'd have to go further back, but that does come with some trade-offs. So there are things that are available in the newer SDKs, SDK standing for Software Development Kit. This is where the SDK is where sort of all the Android code lives. When you support older SDKs, you might not get all the features that are current in Android. So we generally want to try and support the more current because then we get cooler features. So 15 through, currently we're at 21. So 15 through 21 is a pretty good target. We get most devices and we tend to get most of the new features. And again, if you want to change this, you can support only newer stuff. You can support older stuff, but we will be going 15 through 21. Select Next. Then here it says add an activity to mobile. So an activity is actually what manages each screen on an Android app. So we need to choose a manager for our first screen. Let's go with blank activity for the type of activity because we want to build everything from scratch. So blank is the right way to go. So we'll choose blank activity. Click Next. And then we just need to choose a name for our activity. Our activity comes with a bunch of different things. As I said, it manages a screen, so it comes with a layout, which is how we decide what gets displayed. So we have to provide the layout name, it has a title, and it also has a menu. So we have to give names for all of those things. The cool thing about this is it sort of auto-generates it from the activity name. So I could say other activity, and you could see all these other things got populated. The default is main activity. So for this app, we'll stick with the default. And then just click finish. So it takes a little while to load up, and there you go. It's going to create this now, and so when yours is done creating, come back and we'll jump right in.